When it comes to living with an NCD in Malawi, it's a challenge because NCDs are relatively new. The amount of funds that are invested into the medical world are very huge in the high-income countries. A lot of money goes into production of new medications. But when you come to a country like Malawi, there's little or no resources being pumped into the medical system. My name is Chikhu Stanley Ngombe. I am from Malawi. I was born in Malawi and live in Malawi. I am a cancer survivor and a person living with epilepsy.
Our hospitals usually work with limited resources. So there is that inequity whereby other countries are well-to-do financially. At the same time, they're able to support their hospitals with required equipment. I'm Samuel Kumwanje, a person living with NCDs, more especially kidney failure. In 2004, that was when I started feeling the symptoms and the signs of kidney failure. The doctors, they don't understand the issues of kidney failure when the patient is prescribing the pains that he's going through. It's because it's almost the same as the malaria.
My diagnosis came in 1992 before NCDs were actually even in play. So I know nothing. I was playing football and I just fell. But it felt like I just lost all the energy in my body. Being 8 years old was not the only challenge I had. It was the fact that there was no awareness about it. And in the middle of my treatment, I actually had a reaction to the medication when I was going through chemotherapy and developed epilepsy. Maybe my advantage was when I was diagnosed at Queen Elizabeth in Blantyre, I was referred to South Africa. This is where I found the awareness I needed. When you go to a government hospital in Malawi, it's all free. But the challenges begin when you have to come every 2 weeks and you don't have transportation. And a normal average person in Malawi will actually be receiving less than $1 a day. People may travel between 50 to 100 plus kilometers to come to the hospital.
I moved away from Mangochi to make sure that I'm very close to the dialysis unit. I need to attend to dialysis sessions almost twice a week. Malawi as a country, we have very few dialysis centers. We are talking of a population of about 19 million. We have got 12 machines and is able to accommodate about 47 patients. So I'm trying to make sure that the government should take a role to increase the allocation of dialysis centers in Malawi.
In Malawi, epilepsy diagnosis is like a bombshell. It's something that can destroy someone's life because of the stigma that comes with it, not necessarily because of the condition itself.
Young people with epilepsy have been forced to withdraw from school. There are persons with epilepsy that do not have jobs at all. My name is Samuel Chikhu. I am a person with epilepsy. I have had epilepsy for over 24 years. Once we get our diagnosis, we're supposed to take anti-seizure medications for the rest of our lives. So we engage government that they make sure that the anti-seizure medication are available at all time. Meeting Chikhu has been a blessing. I've learned a lot of things from him. I learned how to manage the board, how to manage the organization, and also I was introduced to the NCD community.
Working together is better than working alone. We always believe to work with the government, so we have always taken steps to do so.
Government on its own cannot actually handle all issues. So the first thing that the Minister of Health is supposed to involve people living with the various NCDs so that they get the true picture of the condition of NCDs.
When we started the group, we were about 7 to 8 of us. Kidney Foundation, Women's Coalition Against Cancer, Cancer Survivor Quest. So we had all this shared cause. We've been able to make a strategic plan as a group. We've been able to come up with a constitution, and that way we're able to work together because we share the same risk factors. My name is Maud Makasongula, and I am the Executive Director of Women's Coalition Against Cancer. There's a barrier to education. A lot of people do not have information on cervical cancer. That is one of the biggest problems. We usually go into the communities to give them education, and we make sure they are also at the same time able to get screening services. We do not educate and not screen, so it goes together. We make sure that we always get to speak to the gatekeepers, which are the community leaders, the chiefs. When we discuss with them, as we go with that kind of service to them, they're able to accept it.
The number of NCDs is increasing, that's a fact. We can't run away from that. At the same time, at every health center, there is an NCD coordinator, but still there is a gap that we need to make the awareness both to the general public and to the medical personnel.
Awareness should be a process where you tell someone over and over and over again to move from the state of not knowing to get to the point of understanding, to get to the point of choosing to do something about it, and then to the point of preventing. Personally, I have always felt my voice is the power. So I may not have a lot. I mean, I'm an average looking person. But when I open my mouth and speak, I shake the walls. And that is what I use as my power. The story of going through an NCD is actually the flame to the fire. And once the flame comes out, things happen.